In today's video, we're going to talk about the most recent rumors and leaks regarding Avengers Doomsday. So, this week being the week of the 10th of July, the UK is having a fan event for the Fantastic Four, where just like they did with Deadpool and Wolverine and other movies, they will be showing the first 30 minutes. Now, it's been reported that in Brazil, this has already been screened. The first 30 minutes have already been revealed. Why is this interesting? Because allegedly the ending of the Fantastic Four movie, if the test screenings were true, is how Doomsday is going to be set up via Victor Von Doom, careful spoilers, stealing a baby. So the reaction here doesn't really say much. It just says, I feel fulfilled for having made it thus far. I cried a lot with the opening scenes I saw. Being in this room brought me a feeling of it worked out. We have something worthy. I'm very excited to share with you all. I saw. Be patient. Don't curse me out in the comments. Terms were signed. I can't post absolutely anything until the 8th. Wait for it. Be able to tell you everything I saw. I repeat, you guys are not prepared. I thought I was, and I was surprised. So this is someone talking about the Fantastic Four movie. Interesting. And the test reactions for that movie have been very good. So this video isn't about this. We're going to be talking about the most recent leaks and rumors about the Avengers Doomsday movie. It goes on to say the review embargo list for the 22nd. So obviously this movie doesn't come out to the end of the month, but it is interesting because as soon as we get a full press screening, media screening, critic screening, influencer screening, which generally does happen after the fan screening, then we will know the test screen information that leaked about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, was true, but we already know it's true. But it's interesting because it does play part of what we're going to talk about today. So this is coming courtesy of the new Twitter wannabe scooper that we don't know if it's true or not, but its information does keep going around Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, so on and so forth. James Mackey. So he had this to say: new details I received from my source about how Avengers discovered the incursion, information about America Chavez, the Fantastic Four spoilers, hashtag Avengers Doomsday. His information is kind of interesting. Like I've always said, I can't tell you if this is true or if it isn't true because they're currently filming this in England. So no one actually knows if this is true or not, but it's worth going over. Even the so-called trusted scoopers that I don't even think are that reliable, they don't really know what's going on, really. I mean, in terms of quantifiable information that you can say, yes, this is true because so-and-so said, just seems to me that people are deciphering information based off the actual drone shots that are being shown. But it's interesting to go over. Let's hypothetically say this is true. Shuri is the one who discovers the incursions while detecting anomalies in the fabric of reality and investigating the multiverse. She realizes different universes are colliding with each other using a hologram, like in Shang-Chi's post-credit scene. She shares her findings with Sam, One, Bruce Banner, Carol Danvers, warning them about the imminent threat. Is this the multiversal Illuminati variants of again, or is this the main Avengers that we're going to have throughout the fantastic movie that could be Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars? I mean, I think that they probably are going to be the main Avengers and throw some other people in there like Thor, maybe Reed Richards, and a few others. Meanwhile, the events of the Fantastic Four arrival on Earth 616 take place. The Thunderbolts and New Avengers, same thing, just a different name, are the first to encounter them. Reed Richards reveals that Dr. Doom has kidnapped his son Franklin and also mentions Galactus, who previously tried to capture Franklin. Because of his immeasurable power, Bucky, unsure how to handle the situation with Doom, goes to seek advice from Sam. Later in the story, Shuri gathers Sam, One, Banner, and Carol in person in Wakanda in a large meeting room. Thor, Bucky, Yelena, M'Baku, Namor, and the Fantastic Four are also present. Shuri reveals that a Pacific universe is dangerously approaching Earth 616. During this conversation, and whilst analyzing the situation, she detects the energy signature of someone's from Earth 616 trapped in the approaching universe. Carol deduces its Monica Rambeau and becomes even more motivated for the mission. So it does seem like finally Marvel is going to play off a post-credit scene. Well done, Marvel. Well done. We did know that already. Then it goes on to say, at the same time, Reed Richards uses Wakandan technology to track Franklin and discovers that it is two in a parallel universe, and he deduces that Dr. Doom is there with him. Thus, they come up with a plan with 3 objectives. 2, stop the incursion. Never going to happen. Save Earth 616 to rescue Monica Rambeau. Earth on 616 is going to fall as well, most likely. And to defeat Doctor Doom by saving Franklin Richards. To open a portal to this parallel universe, one calls America Chavez, her only role in the film. Interesting, seeing as that kind of what she was doing in the Multiverse of Madness movie. Everyone unites for the mission. The Avengers, led by Sam. I still think that's a massive L. Should be Thor or anyone else. Part of the Thunderbolts' new Avengers. Not all of them. The Fantastic Four, Shuri and Baku, and Namor. Wong stays behind on Earth. From this point on, it's Earth 616 versus the Earth where the X-Men reside. So they're making this movie seem like it's an X-Men universe versus Avengers universe being the main 616, when really they're just trying to stop the incursion, rescue Monica, defeat Doom. It's all part of an even bigger plan involving Doctor Doom, the TVA, and Loki. Does make me interested in how it keeps going back to, Doom's after Loki, but he has to do all this other stuff before he gets to Loki. Now, this is similar to the other information that James Mack released when he said the artwork was called Invincible Avengers. And in that case, it was quite similar. He said the mission was to try to resolve the incursion between the two worlds, rescue Monica. The team, along with the other characters from that universe, will later protect Loki at the Citadel after discovering the TVA and Doom's plan. Basically, they are the protagonists of the movie. Interesting. So it's almost like he hasn't really given you much. He's giving you more context, but it's still yapping about the same thing. This is why I find this kind of information hard to understand, in the sense of hard to believe, because sure, they're giving more information, but they're not really telling you anything outside of what we could already work out ourselves. It's like, what are they filming on the sound stages? You're still only really telling us stuff about what is being done outside, but no one's actually outside. So it goes on to say here, and it's interesting when scoopers go at each other, American Chavez helps the Avengers by opening up the portal so they can go to the incursion where the X-Men universe is, where Monica is. From what I hear, it's her only role. Then James Mack says, hey, handsome, you're just copy and pasting what I said. What's up? It's interesting because all scoopers basically copy everyone else. So it's kind of interesting that James Mack's going at him. You know me, I don't really believe any of the scoopers are real, but, this information goes around Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. So I like to talk about it, and I've been covering this kind of stuff for many years, over 5 years, lads. You know what it is. You know how it is. So it's been an interesting time for Marvel recently. We now have Mephisto in the MCU via Ironheart, and now everyone's making out Mephisto is going to be so important to everything. But did y'all notice how she didn't shake his hand? Did she make a deal? We didn't see a deal. She didn't shake his hand. If she didn't shake his hand, then how was there a deal with Mephisto? I do find it interesting, funny how people think, Mephisto's how Wanda comes back. Mephisto is how Doctor Doom gets his powers. I don't really think they're going to make Mephisto this important, because Marvel's just doing what Marvel always does. Eventually, Marvel gives the fans what they want, but they've wanted this for a long time. But still, there is so much new information, allegedly, but it still keeps redacting and yapping about the same stuff. And I'm one of the few people that actually have the balls to say in front of y'alls and get on the mic and spit it. It is literally the same information being rebundled. It's the same with the Spider-Man Brand New Day information. It's the same shiz being rebundled. How much new information is coming out about this Doomsday scene, but it's not really? And the anchor beings, the anchor beings it's Tom Holland Spider-Man. Scarlet Witch is going to get resurrected via Doctor Doom. That's why he needs Franklin. Does he really need Franklin to resurrect Scarlet Witch? Does he? Interesting. And if he needs Scarlet Witch, why doesn't he just use Franklin to get to Loki? Surely Franklin Witch is just as powerful, if not more powerful. It's just interesting. I'm trying to cover a lot of Marvel stuff, but I like to look from the outside in, and to me, it just looks like all these scoopers, all this information going around, it's just the same thing being worded differently, being yapped differently. It is interesting how Marvel hasn't ruined the Galactus full look yet, although they are getting very close to it. It's also been nearly a month since allegedly people have images of Hugh Jackman Wolverine on the set of Doomsday, yet no one has the balls nearly a month later actually drop it. It is interesting because so much made up information is coming out about Doomsday at the moment. It just blows my mind what people decide to believe and what people decide not to believe. So I am trying my best to cover a lot of the Marvel stuff, but a lot of it outside of the Fantastic Four plot leaks and Doomsday stuff, I personally think it's made up, but, it doesn't really matter. This is all helping building up the Marvel community on YouTube and on social media again to make people care about Doomsday and stuff like that. Because Marvel Thunderbolts made less money than the disaster Shang-Chi and even bigger, I mean, maybe on the same level as Eternals. So how can you have such a good movie as Thunderbolts make less money than Shang-Chi and Eternals? Because no one cares for Marvel. So I really think Marvel is in trouble. No one cared for Ironheart. I mean, the Fantastic Four has to make at least 700-800. Because if Fantastic Four doesn't make that much money, it's going to tell Marvel that no one cares unless you bring the likes of Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, RDJ, etc. back, which Marvel can't run on them long term. They need people to be invested. But Marvel's never really given us a reason to care for these new characters. That's why most of these new projects flopped, because there's too many of them. No one cares. So likewise, guys, let us know. It is pretty cool if this information is true about how the Avengers get to the X-Men universe, about how they're planning to save Monica, stop the incursion, and defeat Doctor Doom. But we all know they're going to end up in Battle World, and Doom's going to create a new universe. So we all know they're going to fail to stop this incursion, because we need to see an actual threat, and that's the problem. There's never an actual threat. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and check us out on TikTok, WWarstu. I'll be posting real soon over there. And I will catch you in another video version, guys. Catch you later.